Hello, today I'm going to do a little review on the Yamaha 681OS piccolo trumpet. I haven't seen any reviews on YouTube, so it seemed like a reasonable thing to do. If it helps anyone out there, then it's been worth it really. First things first, I'm not actually going to play anything on this piccolo today because my mics aren't here and my mixing desk isn't working on this computer, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, you won't really know anything about it if I just use the computer's webcam, so we'll leave it at that. But if you're expecting me to play anything, you might as well turn off now. But yeah, I'm just going to talk to you about the quality, the playing characteristics, things I like about this instrument, things I think could be improved about this instrument, and hopefully I should be able to follow this up playing this instrument once I have my equipment back and working. So first thing I'm going to cover is the quality of this instrument. When I got this instrument, I was very impressed by the quality. I know it's one of the less expensive piccolo trumpets, pretty much. I can't remember if new it's more or less expensive than Getson, but they're very similar in price from what I can remember. And I certainly think quality is absolutely not compromised in this model at all. It's a very good model. Sorry you can't really see it very often, just hold it up for you there if you want to get a good look at it. But obviously the webcam is quite small and holding it up all the time you can't see my face, it's quite unnerving. But anyhow, not that you really want to see my face, but anyhow, yeah, some people I've heard complaining about the first valve slides, saying it's stuck. Well, on this one, easy to remove, as you can see, comes back in, is smooth as a nut. All the slides work on this one very well. Compression is excellent, so much so, if I'm playing it and it's warmed up, and then when I stop playing it and I put it back in the case, I get it out again the next day and I hear the compression pops from where the air has contracted inside the slides and caused pressure differences, which is actually amazing. The compression is nothing, I've never seen anything like it, which I was very impressed with. The plating is beautiful. The silver plate is very nice. Absolutely love it. Another thing I'm just going to cover, some people think is important, some people don't. I personally keep it in the case. I don't put it in my multi-case because if I need it I'm bringing it along. It's not an inconvenience. The case is very good quality. I'll just hold it up for you so you can see it. There's the case. It's very nice, made out of leather. I'm not really sure if it's real leather or fake leather, but to be honest, it's very good quality. The plastic all feels very nice. Lovely little feet on it so it doesn't get muddy if you have to stand it on grass or anything. Solid case. I trust this case to protect the trumpet, obviously. It's nice, good handle on it. Well built, as is the trumpet. It's very well built. Inside of the case we also have storage for the second lead pipe. There's one in A and one in B flat, obviously one being longer than the other one, being shorter. I'll just get that out there for you. I think that's a very good feature because it means you don't have to have it rattling around. You could possibly dent the thin end of the shank here. Obviously, yeah, anyone that's familiar with piccolo trumpets will know about the different lengths of the slides. And yeah. Next thing I'm going to talk about now is how the instrument feels to play, and it is very good to play in my opinion. First thing I'd like to say about the valves, they're shorter stroke than many normal ones. I'm not sure if you could tell that on the video, but they are, and they're very smooth. I really like the action of the valves, very smooth. They're great for trills because the shorter action means you can trill faster, easier, more control, that sort of thing. Obviously the only drawback would be half valve control and that sort of thing, but no, I've never seen that on a piccolo. Intonation on this piccolo is very good, although one thing I would just talk about that I would like to have improved on this instrument, obviously it would be fairly cheap by a custom shop or anything like that. This third valve slide, as you can see here, there's no water key, which means you have to take it out to empty the water in the middle of a concerto. Just a thing I saw on internet as well, another player getting rather cheesed about the absence of that on a piccolo trumpet. And also there's no adjustment on it, which means you can be out when you're on your intonation. Otherwise the intonation is very good. on this piccolo on both sides. I like the A side is very good. I think looking at it, that is the side the instrument is mainly designed on, because the A lead pipe is designed to be left in when you put it in the case, and the slot is designed to store the B flat lead pipe. The mouthpiece that comes with it is a Yamaha 14A4A. That's the shallow cut with the Type A back bore. Obviously you can't really see anything on the webcam, but I'll just hold it up for you. I find this works very well with the instrument, and no problems with that. In fact, it's the mouthpiece actually is. I did have a mouthpiece for playing piccolo before I got this piccolo, but I don't use that anymore. I use the 14A4A, and in fact on all of piccolo trumpets I've tried, borrowed, this one's mine obviously. I've got a few others, but yeah, I use that for all of them. One minor drawback actually, I'm not sure if it's a drawback or anything, but it's just a thing you should be aware of. This piccolo trumpet accepts trumpet shank mouthpieces, which is good because you can use the screamer mouthpieces. If you have screamer mouthpieces, that's obviously very convenient, because sort of a lot of the screamer mouthpieces are also suitable for piccolo, which is great. But if you have piccolo mouthpieces, or some companies I know particularly only make piccolo mouthpieces in cornet shank, that can be a problem. Next thing I'm going to go to is response. The response in this instrument is very good. I do like response in terms of tonguing and that. It's easy to tongue. On a high register, sometimes there's a little bit of resistance, I find sometimes. But otherwise is nice response, nice feel when you're playing it. And the sound of this piccolo is second to none in my opinion. When I've played this in cathedrals, nice echoey buildings, is lovely sound. The sound is brilliant. Things like Albinoni Adagio, absolutely right on the money. The small bore makes that typical sound which you can hear in Maurice Andre's recording on the small bore Selma. It's a lovely sound. I do prefer this to the bench. I have tried the bench. Might be Benji, I don't know how I'm meant to pronounce it, but yeah, I do prefer this to that, which I know people will say it is based on. You can obviously see that if I show it to you again. Yeah, the flexibility is that is the one area on this, and on many other piccolos in fairness, but the flexibility is a bit awkward, but it is easily playable. It's not a problem. It can easily be overcome, but it's just a thing you should be aware of. Next thing I'm going to say to where I've played this, first concert I did in this particular one, I was playing a piece in a brass band called Mr. Jums. Any of you familiar with that? You can see it on YouTube as well. Not the one I did, but it was in the Central Theatre Chatham, and I played the solo at the end on this piccolo trumpet, and it went really well. I really like the sound. I've played a Shilky, and I prefer the sound of this in that situation, and also in the situation of the Albinoni Adagio. I really prefer the sound. It's not so much a bright sound. Some people find the Shilky sound is too bright, but with this I find the sound is right on the money. And because it is a small bore, when you want that sound of the trumpet not quite overblown as such, but that particular sound quality, you can get it without having to play so loud, which is obviously good for your chops and everything like that. I've also played concertos on this instrument as well, the Telemann, and I've played a few others, including the Michael Haydn, which I played in a concert a little while ago. The high range on this is easily achievable. It's not restricted at all. Certainly as good as some of the others. So in conclusion, I'd like to say it's a very good instrument, very well made. Don't hesitate, if you want to buy one of these, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. It's certainly a lovely instrument, feels very good to play. I like the sound, I like the case, just the general finish of the instrument. When I got it, I was very happy that in the way it performed. So yeah, that's really it. Yeah, thanks.